Hello everyone, welcome to BGM Studios reviews on Me and My Friends produced by Bachmann Industries. There are many of us to meet, and I'm sure many more of them to come. I wonder who we'll be meeting today. Take a look who's coming down the track. Make way for James. Welcome back to the next Bachmann review. Today we're going to be taking a look at James the Red Engine. James was originally released back in 2002 along with Thomas and Percy. I just dropped the little chain that I made for him. Let's see what we can see here. Yep, 2002. It's hard to see down here. I actually can't see any date codes down here, so I'm not sure when this one was made. I believe I got this in 2005. So as you can see, I've painted this original James came with gray wheels. You can see a picture of it somewhere in this area. And in 2017 or 2018, they reissued James with black wheels, or actually like gunmetal gray wheels. They're more black. But here, this black part right here was always red, and that was always incorrect. So I tried, for some reason, the paint ran really funny, like really weirdly. And so I've got paint there, and I've been scraping it off bit by bit, but it's a lot, and you can see it's all crinkly there. So I'll probably redo this at some point, but I just didn't. I just wanted to have James back together to run, and it doesn't. I mean, from far away, I can't even really tell. If I could get this paint off, it would look fine, because you really never see this side of James unless he's running this way, and usually I run my trains from left to right anyways. So this has been modified quite a bit. This also has DCC in it, chips in the cab. And as you can see, a lot of the gray here would be black on the newer version. Like this gray drawbar would be black on the new version. And this gray coupling hook, that little part there would be black, or is gray. You can still see the gray poking through down there. And some of the gray on the coupling hook. I think I painted this. I can't even remember what I did with this coupling hook, but I need to redo this as well. And he actually runs really, really nicely on DCC now. He barely ran before. I took them all apart, cleaned them up, and he runs really nicely now. And you can see here, I even have a little chain on the front of him, which I plan to do. I plan to actually convert most of my stuff to chain link couplings instead of these sorts of tension lock couplings. So, and you can see here that I also painted the tender chassis. I painted the whole thing black and the drawbar black. So sometimes when you, or the tender peg for the drawbar, and sometimes it goes in really easily and other times it gets stuck and it's like all crooked. It's kind of strange, but it works. And all the wheels still roll freely, which is nice. And his leaf springs are all painted black, like they should be, and all of his tender wheels are painted black as well. Now, obviously, on these ones, I cleaned them up so that they would stay, and so that they would make electrical contact. But this I didn't have to worry about, so some of these wheels are not painted the best, but once they're on the rails, the flanges, you can't even see them. And some of it also cleans off, like it just rubs off after a while, which is good. But as you can see, a lot of this lining has seen better days. And we've also got this black part here, which shouldn't be there. Forget what I was going to do to get this off, but I am going to take this off because I'm pretty sure that this is painted and not molded into the plastic. So I was going to try painting it on, or not painting over it with red, but like polishing it off just to get some, keep the shininess of the red plastic and take away this black here. So that's an overview of my James model, and obviously I've made some improvements, so in my what could be improved on these models. Again, stays fairly the same. The face, my James actually has one eye. The eyes are not printed correctly, which I never even realized until like when I took them apart, that these eyes were all screwed up. But Bachmann's been doing a lot better with these. We use a better lamp. Obviously, this part should be painted black from the factory. His whistle, even though it's up here, I still feel that they could have done a separately fitted whistle like they do for a lot of, like Edward, instead of molded into the roof here. But it doesn't look terrible. Now these, I honestly would rather have these silver like they were in the models, like the original model series, and not like the hit series or like post season 6. But I just did this because I didn't want paint to go into where these screws go in, and then I couldn't get the screws on, and James would have to run without rods, so I didn't want that. So I think this is better than nothing. But I think that they should go completely back, not like gunmetal gray or whatever the new wheels are. But the new wheels don't look bad at all. I just think this gloss black that I used looks really, really nice. And of course, they could do something else with this lining so that it doesn't come off so easily like this. I want to redo it, but I'm afraid to redo it because it might turn out poorly. And then obviously this has been fixed on the newer version. So the gray, you can't really complain about now because they did reissue James. But I do wish that they would have done a new face. And I think that these are painted like a silvery gray color instead of this cream, almost white color. So I think that's about it. You know, if you need James for your collection, I definitely say this is the one to get because he's probably a lot easier to get than the Hornby one will be. But they're not bad. Neither are bad, actually. I'd like to, maybe in the future, I'll do some Hornby comparison videos. That won't be ripping anyone off at all. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let's get a shot or two of James running. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And we'll see you in the next video. If you'd like to check out more, click on the boxes next to me. And if you'd like to subscribe, click on the circle above me. Bye-bye!